let's close it out with the problem ones. Look, Mike has come a long way from back in the day. I do think he is a better person today, and he kind of gets stuck in the same category with Dina. Like he has this image and persona that he wants to be, and he is working hard to be that. Like, and he has changed his life, but I think he rips off a lot of people's stuff. I lost a lot of people in the war and 9/11. I know a lot of Navy SEALs, and he did a quote on a t-shirt that's actually a Navy SEAL thing and was making money on it, and didn't donate anything to the military branch like everybody else does who uses their slogans, because that is a Navy SEAL who made that quote and then died for our country, and then he's ripping off. It's just, he doesn't do his research before he makes money on certain things. But I know his what is it, Brosif or something like that, protein, something like that. That's not ripping anybody off. Like, maybe he just was ignorant and didn't fucking know. But I lost a lot of respect because my person that I lost, I can't even say their name because the American government sent them where they weren't supposed to be for a mission, and the mission is known because it's more than 10 years. The records are sealed. However, because they died where they weren't supposed to, they can't admit deaths. So it's listed as 0 casualties, but they died where they weren't supposed to, so they don't exist. And everyone's like, the government can't fucking erase people. Yes, they can. And they do it all the time on those types of suicide missions. And that doesn't just happen in the movies. Nobody expects it to be a suicide mission, but unfortunately, things happen. He wasn't the only one that went in, but he was the only one that died, and it was brushed under the rug. So to me, that's just a disrespect to another soldier who probably created something and isn't getting the royalties or the credit they deserve. Like my person I cared about, who believed in this fucking country and believed in the service and died for their country and their service, and they will never have a name on a plaque. They don't have a grave site in the military field. They have no honor because they signed a secret contract at 18. Well, I'm sorry, he was like 21 by the time he made it to the SEAL, I think. 21 or 22, it's been a long time. But you sign on the dotted line not really thinking that shit's going to happen to you. And then you get erased and obliterated from history. So I don't like anybody that treads on the soldiers in that way. So I don't have respect for Mike in that. But like I said, I just think he wasn't aware. Like, he heard the quote somewhere. He knew he didn't make that quote up. Whether you sell it or just put it on a t-shirt and wear it on a show, people are going to think that it's yours, and you didn't pay credit to where credit was due. And that's not the only thing. That was just one of the things I was bringing up. He's a rip-off artist. I feel like he would steal your idea and market it under your nose if you ever told him something that he felt he could make a lot of money at, and you either weren't getting it off the ground or just bouncing ideas, that he would steal it and take it and put his name on it. I don't feel like he's trustworthy in that aspect. I think his wife is very rude to my class of people. I don't think that she would even care to share a table with me. I think that she would think that she was above me because I am from the hood, and to her I would be uneducated and unworthy of knowing. She comes across as very much as the person that you clean the house for, but you're not allowed to look them in the eye or stay out of their sight. I actually was a cleaning lady, and I had clients like that felt we were so beneath them that we couldn't speak to them directly, and if we saw them coming, we had to make ourselves scarce. She comes across as that type of person. I don't feel like either of them help their community. They clearly showcase and flash their money and they go to all these grand things and they help with addiction, but that's because Mike is trying to improve his image. Anything they do, it's to make money and not from the heart. And if you have overcome all of this stuff and you are truly a better person, I do see Mike giving back in the addiction arena. And you can't dictate who donates their time or money to other things, but they are very flashy people in a time where people are really hurting, and they just, to me, have no compassion or empathy, and more so his wife than her. But they have adorable babies, and I know that they were struggling, and I lost my babies, and I was very happy that they had children. I think they're great parents. I hope that they teach their kids some humility, and I hope that Lauren, works on, it's not about who she is or what she wears or what she has. It's how she speaks to people that aren't inside her friends group on the show, or what she says to people, like what she expects. She's very particular, and that's okay. I don't begrudge a woman who knows what they want and says it, but it's in a very belittling way. I feel like she's narcissistic, but so is Mike, so it kind of works out. Again, with Vinny, I think he is a good person. I don't know if Vinny will ever settle down. I don't know if anyone will be able to catch his interest. To me, he's a little bit of a flake there. I don't think he can do commitment. I think it's just too hard for him to step up and be a man like that. He's going to be forever a boy because he's still attached to his mom, which is fine. But I was with a mama's boy for 15 years, and I'll pray for anyone if he does marry them, because it's a very unequal relationship. And his mom raised him that way. She's a great lady. That's the generation she came from. I'm not talking shit. She clearly loves her babies, and one of the best moms I have seen on TV. But she's a smotherer. And your boys don't grow up at all and become Vinnies when this happens. When you smother your kids and you don't teach them independence. But he did ultimately leave home and push himself. But I think that came from Vinny. I think if he ran things by his mom, she would keep him in the nest. So I think she did hinder his life a lot, but it came from a good place. But he's kind of damaged good when it comes to women his age. He's going to probably have to be with someone younger. But he's a good person. He's hilarious. Sometimes he's a bit of a pot stirrer, but aren't all of them. And I like that the cast is full back. I haven't seen the full episode. I like that Sam came back. I think there's pockets in what I've seen that she's like Dina and Mike too, and kind of wanting to put out this public persona that they're mature and wise because so much shit went down. I understand why they come across phony or why they do certain things, because they want the world to say, hey, I'm grown up now, I'm not a drunk, I'm not partying, I have a family, I have careers, I'm a serious person, I'm mature. But I think they go about it in all the wrong ways. Sammy struggled with love. I feel like every time you hear about her, she's engaged to someone else. So there's like some issues in there. But I don't know much about her. She's kind of dipped. And from what I see, I think she's just kind of there for a paycheck. Can't say I blame her. Times are tough, but I don't agree with what Angelina said. Angelina wasn't the reason why she came back or helped her get her house. Angelina is delusional as fuck. They just put her on the show because she was a pot stirrer and she creates the drama, but she's very demonic and very... I feel bad for that girl. She's a tortured soul, and she's going to continue to be a tortured soul because she needs an exorcism. And I say that with a smirk because she goes to church all the time. But you did rituals. You probably still do rituals. You're dabbling in things you don't understand, nor do the research for, or invest in the correct materials, and you wonder why your life is falling apart. they're just all a hot mess, but it sure is entertaining to watch. Just please don't think that the rest of us New Yorkers and New Jersey people are like them, because we're not. Everybody's different. That's no judgment. Like back in the day, I didn't grow up